big thanks to the team of Forensic Educator Institute for making all these efforts to educate each and every student about how they can approach their career in forensics, so that they don't have to rely on some half information or some information from movies or crime shows or something like that. Okay, so it is a privilege to talk to all of you. Let's start with today's session. First of all, every forensic student, they have this in their mind that, okay, after completing my course, I will become a forensic expert. Now, before going to your aspirations or your passion, we first need to know what is a forensic expert. So, as per the legal definition or how the law defines an expert, you can see the definition on the screen. But what is particularly special about this definition, the legal definition, is only the persons who are specifically skilled or experienced or knowledge or having knowledge in that particular field. Now, see, the thing is that some of the students who have done graduation in forensic science or even who have done masters in forensic science, we study each and every subject of forensics in our graduation as well as post-graduation. Okay, so we have the knowledge of each and every subject, but we are still to become expert on any particular field. So for the BSc forensic science students or any BSc other student who are passionate about forensic science or who want to become a forensic expert, the very first thing is you must acquire enough education and knowledge about the subject that you are looking for career in. Okay, so just you are having a graduate degree in forensic science or a postgraduate degree in forensic science, that won't make you a forensic expert. Keep in mind, this is loud and clear, that if you have done BSc forensic science or M.Sc forensic science, they are the foundation of a forensic expert. But just because we have these degrees, graduation or post-graduation in forensics, we are not eligible to be forensic experts. We can further practice and then attain the required knowledge, and then we can become the forensic expert. So before going into how to approach the different fields of forensic science or how to get a job in forensic science, the ultimate aim to make a career in forensic science is to either get a job in forensics or to make your own business or to make your own path in forensics. So what are the what is the overview of different options that you have in forensics? For example, you can get a job as forensic scientist in state as well as central forensic labs. This, all the forensic student, be it BSc or be it M.Sc students, they must be aware about this. Then you can become research scientist in different research institute, not particularly only the universities or institutes that are offering any course in forensics, but otherwise also you can go to basic sciences institutes as well. As such, there is no limitation to this. Then teaching. At present, there are at least 80 to 85 universities and colleges, including the state, central, and private universities and colleges, who are taking up different courses of forensics, be it the graduation in forensics, post-graduation, or diploma or certificate courses. So there's a huge career opportunity for you there as well. Then investigating officers. Different state police departments, they employ or they take the services of forensic expert as a member of the crime scene investigation team. So you can get into the role of investigating officers as well. Then if not a job, then you can, if you don't want to go for a job or you are not getting the job of your choice, then you can start your private practice as well. Some of the fields that are currently in trend in forensics private practice are question document examination, fingerprint examination, then insurance claim, document verification, then identification, as well as cyber forensics and digital forensics. After that, forensic entrepreneurship, you can start your own. For example, recently the National Research Foundation has been established, under which there will be a collaboration of the government as well as the private funding agencies to fund the research, particularly in science. So if you are looking for any forensic entrepreneurship, then it is a very good chance or a very good opportunity to start something related to research. Okay, you can start your own company. Doesn't matter if like you don't need to be like a full-fledged company or something. You can start from basic and then you can grow with time. Then you can also associate with lawyers, banks, and insurance companies. Everyone needs your services. Then also you can work as freelance forensic professionals, be it related to crime cases, be it related to the research in forensics, providing inputs for the research in forensics, or writing for different websites or different institutions in the forensics. Then investigative journalism. Investigative journalism, like if you have done a post-graduation in forensics or even a graduation in forensics, then you can have a postgraduate diploma in forensics, postgraduate diploma in journalism, and then you can also pursue investigative journalism. Now, this investigative journalism is not what you see on TV news nowadays, कि इसका WhatsApp chat leak हो गया, ठीक है, and then they have retrieved the WhatsApp chat or email from different celebrities or something like that. That's not what we call an investigative journalism. Investigative journalism is when the police or any investigating agency provides the details of any crime, and then you look into the details provided that by the investigating agency, and based on your experiences and based on your knowledge of forensics, you verify it whether the agencies they are on point or not, and what input you can give to that. Okay. Now we'll be first talking about different career options after BSc Forensic Sciences. For a BSc Forensic Science student, any graduate in Forensic Science, he is eligible for all the jobs that require any other graduate. Okay. Be it UPSC, be it the state PSCs, different posts of SSCs, Army, Police, and even the IB takes their own exam. The Intelligence Bureau, they take their own exam and they just need graduates. So as such, there will be no special treatment given to BSc Forensic Science students in any of these fields. Doesn't matter whether it is related to police or any other services which require the input from forensics. Although some of the states, for the recruitment in police exams, they do provide some marks to the forensic graduates and postgraduates, like 3 or 5 marks. Something like that. I'm not sure of that, but you can look into, like, if you would pursue in that field. Then after that, what are the different options for you? Different options for you after doing your master's in forensic science. First of all, forensic officer. Recently, there have been recruitments in the state of Punjab in the name of the forensic officers and assistant forensic officers. So they required masters or they required graduation with experience. So these are some of the posts. Different states have their own, what I would say, the forensic infrastructure regarding the manpower. So different states have different posts according to their own system. Then you can also get a job in mobile forensic units. You can work as scientific assistant in the state labs as well as the different central labs. When I say state labs, the regional forensic science labs in any state, they are included within the FSLs. Then also the post of scientific officers. Then assistant chemical analyzer, if you have any expertise in chemistry or toxicology. Then forensic professionals, as you must be aware about the fact and fact plus test. So anyone who is qualified fact or fact plus test, they can work as forensic professional in the different CFSLs. Then you can get contractual jobs in FSLs. As per the requirement of the different FSLs, different forensic science labs, they get these contractual professionals hired. And for this, you have to be aware about the different FSLs, particularly your home state FSLs. And you must be, what I would say, vigilant about the different job perspectives. You must be aware that, okay, now the advertisement is out and I can approach. Then, as we discussed in the very first or second slide, that you can get a job as a teaching as a teacher at colleges, universities, as well as different academic institutions. Then you can also work with private labs. Recently, there has been a trend in the number of, what I would say, the number of different private labs that are getting built day by day. As you know, currently, the investigating agencies, the government, as well as the different state institutions, they are employing the services of forensic scientists for the crime investigation. So, if the state infrastructure or the central and state labs, they are not developed enough, then there comes the role of private players. So you can work with private labs as well. Then you can work as a fingerprint examiner, as well as question document examiner, for which you must have the enough knowledge as well as different certifications or rather specialization in the specific field. You can start all these work after completing your master's. Then if I talk about some allied field where the M.Sc forensic science students can go, you can join food and beverage industries, then different pharmaceutical companies. Like if you have your graduation background in chemistry or toxicology, then you can definitely get into all the jobs. Then in the pathology labs, different research institutes. Doesn't matter there are the research work is on forensics or not. If you are skilled in a particular technique, for example, if you know how a PCR works, okay, or if you know how an SPLC works, then it doesn't matter whether the work is in forensics or in any other field, you will be able to handle that work. Okay, so that's why I say that you need to develop your skills and you need to develop your expertise. Then you can also be forensic content creators. For example, recently there has been a big boom in the YouTube content creators. So there are different. Please switch off your. Everyone, I request. Please. I'll request admin to switch off the mic of this person. Anyway, so we were talking about the forensic content creators. So in the era of internet, it is very easy to gather information, but at the same time, it is hard to find reliable information. So you can become a forensic content creator to provide information to with a reliable source to the community of forensics. Then investigative journalism, as we talked about this earlier as well, and entrepreneurship. You can start your own work. After that, now, what if you are a graduation student, like if some of you are still in your BSc Forensic Science or BSc any other graduation courses, what you should do during your graduation period? First of all, learn new skills. These skills, you don't necessarily learn how to examine fingerprints or how to differentiate between fake documents or to learn the different cyber forensic techniques. Learning new skills means that you need to work on your communication skills, you need to work on your writing skills, read about the stuff that is going around you. For example, any case that is highlighted in the newspapers, you must be aware about the forensics behind that. Okay, so if you if you employ this method during your graduation, by the time you graduate, your thought process will be so developed that you will be able to analyze what to pursue next and how to avoid the boulders in your path of your career. Then train yourself. Training yourself means if you are choosing to be a forensic expert, then your skills must be polished, and your skills will only be polished if you practice about that. Okay, so if you are in your graduation, you must work on, like we said, that you must work on your communication skills, your oratory skills, your writing skills. So for training yourself, you must participate in different debates and discussions. Okay, different writing competition. Doesn't matter you are doing it good or not, you are at least doing it. Okay, similarly, you must develop your communication skills, and during your graduation only, you must discuss. There's some issue with the power cut. I'll just stop the video. Okay, so you must discuss your goals with your peers. Peers refers to what all your classmates are, or everyone who is in the same field or in the same area, like just like you. You can discuss with them. Then you must communicate with your teachers as well as your mentors. See, your teachers or your mentors, they are the best well-wishers for you. They can guide you better. So you just need to let them know that, okay, these are my career goals. This is what I need to pursue. This is what I want to pursue. And they will guide you accordingly. Now, after this, I will suggest you to give equal importance to every subject. Even if you are doing a BSc Forensic Sciences, it is not right to avoid the any other subject that you are studying along with your forensics, be it biology or chemistry or physics. I would say read forensics, study forensics, but give equal importance to the basic subjects as well. They will help you develop your career further. Then select your preference for post graduation. Okay, so some of you during your graduation might be interested in forensics, but by the end of your graduation, you might want to pursue some very specific field of forensics, for example, cyber forensics or forensic toxicology or something like that. So you need to fix your preference for your post graduation. Then what I request to everyone, that you must start preparing for the NET exam during your final semester of your BSc only. Why I'm saying this, you will get to know the importance of this in the coming slides, but you are eligible once you are in your masters for your NET exam. So you must be prepared beforehand, and then you can give 1 or 2 times the exam. If you have prepared enough, you can qualify in the very first time as well. If not, then at least you will get the experience that, okay, I have prepared this much and now I have the experience of the exam and I can pursue further. The importance, like why I am saying that you must start your preparation during your graduation final year only. We'll be discussing that in detail. So all in all, during your graduation, have fun, but along with that, learn as much as you can. After this, what should you do during your masters? First of all, if you have done this during your graduation, well and good. If not, then during your post-graduation, you must discuss your career goals with your mentors, your teachers, or your professors. They will guide you how to approach that particular field, whichever field that you are choosing for yourself. Then accordingly, as per your career goals, if for example, if you are planning to go in forensic biology, or you are planning to go in cyber forensics or digital forensics, then you have to train yourself according to that. If you're trying to go for forensic biology, then you must be aware about each and every method. At least you must attain the theoretical knowledge of each and every aspect of that subject that you are choosing for your career. Then what is more important is analyzing your weaknesses. For example, it is not what I would say very uncommon that some of the students, they are good on their communication skills. Some of students, they are good on their writing skills. So during all this period of 2 years, you must be able to analyze your weaknesses. By the by the time you reach your post-graduation level, you are mature enough to deal with your weaknesses, to analyze your weaknesses and your strengths. So if you find any weaknesses, you must start working on that. Then try to get for summer and winter training internships. Like if you get a 10-15 days break during your between your semesters or between the 2 years, then you must plan for any internship so that you can get an exposure how a forensic science lab actually works. Then a very humble request to all of you, that don't get fancied by social media or any movies or crime shows. Why I'm saying this is that if you get an impression of forensic science work in India or anywhere from any social media things or movies or crime shows, then you'll be highly disappointed when you'll be pursuing your career in that particular field. Okay, so in the real world, the forensics doesn't work like as it is shown in movies or crime shows. Then we talked about the NET. So you must start your preparation. If you have not started your preparation during your master's, during your graduation, you must start for it during your post-graduation. Why I'm saying this is, as per the recent notification from the UGC, the University Grants Commission, NET is the minimum eligibility criteria for assistant professorship. So for the job of assistant professorship, you will require at least NET qualification. If you are not NET qualified, you won't be getting that particular job. And if you qualify for JRF, the Junior Research Fellowship, then you'll getting an opportunity for a fully funded PhD. And not just the teaching perspective, the NET qualified candidates, they will also be preferred in different jobs for labs as well as other industrial jobs, because see, as we discussed, like there are at least 80 to 85 universities or colleges which are offering different courses. So on an average, there will be at least 2000 to around 2000 postgraduate students in forensic science every year. Now, what is special in you? If if I'm there to interview you, and if I want to recruit you, why should I hire you? What is special with you? Okay, so there's only one national test in forensics, that is your NET. So you must be qualified. You must qualify that. It doesn't mean that if you have not qualified NET, then there's no career options for you. But what I am saying is, if you have qualified NET, then a lot of doors will open for you in the career. And last but not the least is, you must spend more time on LinkedIn as compared to your Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and every other social media apps, even YouTube. What it will give you is that first you will be getting exposed to what real forensic field is. From LinkedIn, you can get into touch with different experts in various fields. Then you can also look for opportunities, be it research opportunities, be it job opportunities, and also you can get an insight into how the like what are the recent trends in forensics, or what are the recent trends in forensic research and all. So you can plan accordingly. Then we were talking about this UGC-NET Forensic Sciences. So this is a test that is conducted by UGC-NET, currently conducted by the NTA. And there are two categories: the assistant professorship and the JRF, Junior Research Fellowship. So for the JRF, there is a the cutoff, the exam is same, the cutoff is a little bit higher, 2 or 3% higher. Now, along with the JRF, you will also be getting 2 more fellowships through the same exam: the National Fellowship for Scheduled Caste students, as well as the National Fellowship for OBCs. So you must focus on these 2 fellowships as well. Then, as we discussed, a NET qualified candidate where he is eligible for JRF in research projects. Recently, there was some discussion on one of our social media posts that JRF is different and NET is different. So how can you say that they are eligible for JRF? See, what it says is, a NET qualified candidate is eligible for JRF in research projects. Any research project that is funded by any funding agency, be it state or central funding agency, in any of the research institutes, doesn't matter whether it is forensics or not. A NET qualified candidate will be preferred for the post of Junior Research Fellow. That will be a contractual job in research projects, but you will be getting the experience, and that experience will be valid everywhere in forensics. Then assistant professorship, as we discussed, that NET is the minimum eligibility for the assistant professorship in universities. So NET qualified candidate will be eligible for that. Then registration for PhD. In most of the universities or research institutes, they prefer a NET qualified candidate over non-NET qualified candidate for PhD. So for that as well. Then jobs in FSLs and CFSLs. If any candidate who is having a post-graduation degree in forensic science, and if you are having post-graduation degree along with your NET qualified certificate, then there are high chances that you will be preferred, because you have you have got a validation through a test of your knowledge in forensics. Then fact plus exam, as we discussed, we'll be discussing in detail as well what is fact and fact plus exams. Now, if we talk about the different. Yes, Fatima.
Sir, the last slide.
Yes.
Can you please elaborate the first point again?
See, we were talking about the eligibility, like where the net qualified candidates are eligible. So the first point is JRF in research projects. For example, if I am a professor and I have a research funding for a particular project. Now I need to hire manpower. Then in most of the research projects, a net qualified candidate will always be preferred over non-net qualified candidate. So if in any research institute or if in any university, you will be eligible. For example, recently there was this funding scheme from the Directorate of Forensic Science Services that was given to different institutions. Now, once the funding is given for a particular research project, the professor, the research work will not be conducted by the professor. It will be conducted by a research staff. And for that, they need to hire junior research fellows, usually junior research fellows. So any net qualified candidate, they will be directly eligible for those posts, as well as they will be preferred for all these posts. Now, what are the like salary for a JRF? Around 26, like on 26th of June, it was announced that there was a hike in the fellowship of JRF, SRF, and different research staffs. So at present, the current salary of a JRF is 37,000 plus HRA 9%, 18%, or 27% as per the city. For example, if we are in Chandigarh, so in Chandigarh you will be getting 18% HRA, so that will make around 43,000 per month. If you are in some of the metro cities, that for example Delhi or Mumbai or Calcutta, then you will be getting 27% HRA. So that will effectively make it around 46,000 or something. Okay. Then after 2 years, it doesn't matter like if you have the UGC-JRF or any other JRF, we'll be discussing about different tests as well. So if you have your fellowship, junior research fellowship, then you'll be getting this much amount at least. Then if you are registered in Ph.D, then after 2 years of your Ph.D, you will be upgraded to SRF, Senior Research Fellowship, Senior Research Fellow. Your fellowship will be then again get a raise. The basic fellowship will be 42,000 plus the HRA. So it will make around 49,000 or 50,000 if you fall in this 18% bracket. Okay, so you must keep this in mind, that like what are the financial benefits after qualifying a particular test. Okay, if you go for a job after your masters, you will hardly get 20,000 at max. But if you qualify JRF, then you will be getting a good stability for at least 5 years, 2 years for JRF and 3 years for SRF. So you will be getting a good financial security for the next 5 years, as well as you will be getting research experience and your PhD degree. So all in all, there are only benefits of this particular test. So after the completion of your PhD, you will be having research experience that will make you eligible for the different gazetted posts in state FSLs as well as the central FSLs. And at the same time, you'll be getting a good financial security, a good amount of money, okay, that you won't be getting if you go for a job perspective during like after your masters. Then what are the other different opportunities? What should you do like to approach this particular exam? First of all, you must be aware like what are the requirements of this exam. So for that, you must go through the previous year question papers that will give you an idea. Then examine the syllabus. You must read each and every line of the syllabus and prepare each and every topic of that particular syllabus. Then you must have a good study plan. You must devote daily hours, at least 2 to 3 hours. for the preparation of this exam, because the fellowship amount is a decent amount of fellowship, so there will be a great competition in this particular field. Okay, so you must give respect to this exam and prepare accordingly. Then understand your areas of strength and weakness. So by the end of your post-graduation or during your post-graduation, you know which particular subject you have a good command on and which particular subject you need to further work on. So accordingly, you can work on that. Then goals for the week and month. You must set your studying goals for week as well as the month. If you are not able to, fulfill the goals of the week, then at least you should try that it is covered during that month only. Then the revision is must throughout this preparation. You must revise at regular intervals, otherwise you won't remember each and everything. Then solving mock tests will be very important, so that it can give you an idea of the levels of your preparation and how you deal with the different questions in the exam. Then mental wellness. Although each and every step of the preparation is important, but what is more important is your mental wellness. You shouldn't be stressed about qualifying this exam. You should have fun, but you must be aware that you need to put efforts to qualify the exam. It's not something, because the competition is quite high, so it's not something that you won't put special efforts and qualify. So I will request you to put special efforts, give the decent amount of time, as well as the cover the complete syllabus of the exam. Then what are the other tests for forensic students? The first one is your FACT, Forensic Aptitude and Caliber Test. It was first conducted in 2018 and then conducted in 2022. So as per the trend, as well as the expiry of the certificates, there are very high chances that this FACT or FACT plus test, they won't be conducted before 2027. The expiry date of the current FACT certificates or FACT plus certificates is 2027. So it is expected that it will be conducted in 2027 only. Then what are the benefits for FACT qualified candidates? For FACT, the eligibility is M.Sc Forensic Science who have completed their post-graduation, not appearing. Then FACT plus, if you have NET qualification along with your master's degree, then you can go for FACT plus. Now, what are the financial aspects for FACT and FACT plus qualified candidates? So they can be hired as forensic professionals in different central labs. FACT qualified candidate, as per our information, they are getting 35,000 per month, and FACT plus students, they are getting 45,000 per month. So there is a gap of this salary as well for NET qualified candidates. So you must keep this in mind as well while preparing for the NET. Then you can also appear for ICMR-JRF exam. It is conducted every year. Before filling up the form, you must go through the eligibility conditions and then apply for the same. Then Department of Biotechnology, they also conduct the JRF exam every year. Along with that, you can also approach different institutional entrance exam for Ph.D. Different universities, they conduct their own exam, including the NFSUs and most of the central as well as state universities. They conduct their own exam. Then they provide fellowship as well. Along with that, you can also focus on the different research institutes. For example, different AIMS, PGI, CDRI, NBRC, Institute of Toxicology, different IITs, ISER. So you can, it is not limited to, you should be limited to the institutes where forensic science is as a course. No. See, forensic science is what I would say a very complex subject. And if we talk about like if this is a very complex subject, then it includes different aspects and different branches of science. Okay, so if someone is sitting in IIT and if he is working on the applied part of this science that can be utilized in forensics, then that's a forensic research. So you can go there. Okay, so you need to look for opportunities in other institutes as well. The research in forensics is not just limited to the universities where forensic science has been taught, or the different institutes where forensic is as a subject. Okay, so you should limit to yourself. Then this DST Inspire Fellowship, this is awarded to university rank holders for doing PhD. The amount of fellowship is same, that is 37,000 for JRF plus HRA and 42,000 for SRF plus HRA. The fellowship will be for 5 years. Along with this, you will also be getting contingency of around 1.5 lakh for your research purposes. Now, who are eligible for this particular fellowship? University rank holders, that is any student who is first rank holder in their university during their masters. There are some conditions to the fellowship as well. You must look for that. For example, the minimum strength of the class or the course must be about 10. Like minimum number of students must be more than 10. And accordingly, you can prepare a synopsis, your research proposal, along with with some mentor, and then you can apply for the fellowship. If you need further guidance on this particular fellowship, feel free to connect with me or connect with any of our team members or the institute through LinkedIn or directly. We'll be happy to guide you. Then there is this new scheme from the DST, the WISE Kiran, this WISE Fellowship Women in Science. This fellowship is particularly for female students and who are between the age of 27 and 45. So if anyone falls in that particular category, then you can apply for this particular fellowship. This is open during during the whole year. So there is no last date as such. So you will be getting 31,000 per year as well as HRA plus a research grant of 1 lakh rupees. Then what particularly you need to focus on is that you must prepare the a very good research proposal for this particular fellowship, because it will be scrutinized, because there will be a lot of competition. So I would say you must take enough time for this. Don't hurry for this particular fellowship, because as you can see, this is open throughout the year. You can apply anytime. Okay, so don't hurry up. Prepare a decent research proposal. Get permission from any professor or PI from any university or research institute who is ready to take you as PhD under his guidance. Okay, then you can apply for this particular fellowship. Then what should you do after like masters? During your completing your masters, what are the options for you? You can get permanent post as a scientific assistant, senior scientific assistant as freshers through SSCs, different state selection commission boards, as well as the DSSB, that is the Staff Selection Board of Delhi. Now, in some of the states, as well as some of the central posts, there is 1 year or 2 year experience required for SSA, but it is not compulsory. Okay, like it will be given in the advertisement only that whether experience is required or not. But as a fresher, you have a chance to appear for the post of SSAs. Then if you have gained experience after your masters, then you can directly go for junior scientific officer, senior scientific officer, assistant director, scientist B, and all these posts, they are filled by UPSC, and in the state FSLs, they are filled by the state PSC. Now, the very big question, that every FSL and every CFSL, they ask for experienced people, and we as fresher, we don't get job. Then how will we attain the required experience? So for that, you should look for contractual jobs in CFSLs and FSLs. Either they can be directly recruited or you can get through FACT. Then there's a very good option of getting into research projects as JRFs. Even if you do not have that, then you can also approach, because it will depend on project to project, the requirement of the project and requirement of the PI, whether the eligibility conditions are fulfilled without NET also. So you must approach each and every research project that can ally with your expertise or your skills. Then you can qualify different NET-JRF exams, be it the NTA NET-JRF exam, DBT ICMR exam, or you can apply for this WISE fellowship, or you can apply for this Inspire fellowship, and then you can enroll in PhD. Then you can qualify the institutional or university exams for PhD. So if you enroll for PhD, you'll be getting a PhD degree as well as you will be getting research experience. And for all these permanent posts of JSO, SSO, you need either analytical experience. Analytical experience means that you have performed quantitative analysis on different samples, or using different techniques. So for that you can get the experience in state FSLs, central FSLs, or recognized private forensic private labs as well. Doesn't matter whether they are forensic labs or not, but if your experience is of analytical type, then you can be considered as your experience can be considered for the permanent post. Then you can get a job as teachers in colleges as well as universities. If not, if you are not interested in doing any job or something, then you can go for private practice as well. You can start your own work. You can start in association with lawyers or banks or different investigating agencies, and then you can get a job at private forensic labs as well. So what I would recommend is, after your masters, if you are getting into like opportunities from state or central labs for these posts of SSA or SSA as a fresher, then you must prepare for that. And all these exams, they don't just check your knowledge in forensics. Okay, all these exams which are conducted by SSCs, be it state or central SSCs, they would require a mix of your knowledge in the general ability, the general sciences, general studies, as well as forensics. Okay, so there will be, your preparation must focus on the syllabus that is provided to you for the exam. Okay, then you can get a what I was saying, that after doing your masters, you should at least devote one complete session of exam for the UGC-NET-JRF preparation. And meanwhile, you should also look for opportunities in different institutions, be it research institution, be it universities, be it any opportunity in the as a research staff, JRF and all, or any opportunity as a Ph.D. Okay, so don't hurry up with your career. ये नहीं होना चाहिए आपको कि just because you need a job, you will get job anywhere. Okay, if you have financial constraints, then you can join a job, but even while doing that job, you must prepare for, aspire for bigger things. You must prepare for different exams, okay, different posts accordingly. Then there were many queries about whether there are any career opportunities, like there are very less scope of forensics in India, and like most of the students they meet some of other people, they will tell you that there is no scope of forensics in India. Try to get something outside. So that's a personal choice of every person, whether he wants to work in India or he wants to get out of India. He wants to get opportunities out of India. But at present, if I talk about the current situation, there are a lot of opportunity in forensics. First of all, the recent this has been made compulsory that forensic test will be must for any crimes that will be that will carry a punishment of more than 6 years. Now, for there is the crime rate is increasing day by day. The number of crimes and the type of crime is increasing day by day. And if forensic tests are made compulsory, then who will conduct all these tests? The staff will be recruited, and all the staff will be recruited from the forensic community as well only. Okay, so there are a lot of opportunities there. Then after that, the current government, they have focused to establish campuses of national forensics and universities in every state. And by now there are I think 8 campuses of NFSU that have been already established, and the government, the central government is working on establishing these campuses all around the country. Now there will be research opportunities in that case, there will be teaching opportunities in that particular case. So all this will be coming from the forensic students only. Okay, so you all will be eligible for all these posts. So as such, there is no lack of opportunities in India. Then the DFSS has also directed the different states to to strengthen their forensic infrastructure, be it institutions or be it manpower. So you being in forensics, you must be aware about, like, for example, different states are currently working on upgrading their forensic infrastructure. The states are establishing their forensic universities and forensic institutions for research and training the staff. Okay, so particularly like in the field of DNA or cyber forensics, different states, they are really working hard to create good institutions and good manpower. So all these will be beneficial for all the forensic students only. Then recently a new CFSL has also been inaugurated. Like not inaugurated, but the foundation stone has been laid, and within a year or two, probably this forensic lab will also be functional. So currently we have 7 working CFSLs in different states. The 8th CFSL has been established. So you see the number of forensic labs, they are getting increased, the number of forensic universities, they are getting increased, the different state services, they are also, for example, if we take the example of the state of Karnataka or the state of Punjab, they are employing the services of forensic students or forensic expert, forensic officers, along with the police investigating agencies. Okay, so this just shows you that there are a lot of opportunities in forensics, but you must attain the particular knowledge as well as the eligibility conditions for all these posts. Then different states, they have been recently been what I would say directed by the different their state courts as well, high courts as well, that they must establish the fully equipped forensic labs in different parts of the state. So because the population of a state is quite high, like in all of the states in India, and just 1 or 2 labs in every state, they won't serve the purpose. So they must have a district-wise lab, or at least regional, different regions, regional labs that can cover the complete population. So that's why there are a lot of opportunity in that area as well. You can see the Karnataka, they are establishing forensic science university. Then if you are interested for the entrepreneurship as well, this recent report shows that there will be a great boom in this particular industry. So you must be aware that there are enough opportunities in entrepreneurship market as well. Now, what will be the take-home message from today's webinar? That you can have fun during your graduation, post-graduation, but at the same time, you should learn as much as you can. Then choose your goals early. Once you are decided what career you want to go for, then you can work accordingly. And as per the requirement of your career, you must sharpen your skills. You must communicate with your mentors, use the LinkedIn, then work on your writing as well as communication skills. Prepare for the NET-JRF exam. We have seen the importance of NET-JRF exam in the during this webinar. Then you can get into research and PhD, because that will make the very basic of your career. Because in any of the forensic labs, you are required to get experience, and the easiest way to get experience is to get into research or PhD. Now, looking at all the requirements of the students, the Forensic Education Institute have designed this All India Forensic Scholarship Test that will be conducted on 23rd of July. And this will be, the purpose is to provide fellowship or scholarship to the deserving students. And you can register using the link. What you'll all be getting through this, that you will be getting recorded lectures for paper 1 as well as paper 2, along with your live classes. And these recorded lectures, you'll be having access for at least two what I would say, exam attempts. Like if you enroll in this particular session, you'll be getting the access till the next exam as well. Then you'll be getting assessment test, the doubt sessions, as well as the mock test as well. Along with this, you'll be getting access to the digital forensic library of the institute as well, which contains more than 60 books, I guess. Yeah. These are the different faculties to guide you. We have experts from different FSLs as well as the CFSLs, retired, all these retired experienced forensic scientists. Then we have experts from the different research institutes, national as well as international institutes, so that they can guide you. You can get enough guidance. Thank you. This is the registration link for the scholarship exam. You can either scan this particular code or you can go to this link. And with this, we are done with the webinar. If you have any question, feel free to ask.